Do this oral filtration flush tonight to restore gum and teeth health during sleep and say goodbye to dentist appointments. People are restoring their receding gums, decay.
Welcome
to the lineup
live.
Live. Yeah, I think we might need to take those down. I don't know if something's wrong with my eyes. Am I going blind? You start seeing halos before you go blind? I have no idea. I know they're not angels. Speaking of not angels, Bolsheviks. We're going to talk about that today. I've talked about it quite a bit in the past, the Bolshevik Revolution. If you follow this channel for any significant period of time, now it's sort of made a resurgence. People are talking about it, but they're discussing it wrong.
And I wonder why that is.
I've always asked, why can't we talk about, Leninist, Russia, the Bolshevik, sort of post-Bolshevik Revolution, Russia, Stalin. I never learned about that in school. Did you?
Why have we not learned about it,
considering the atrocities?
Take a guess.
We'll get into that more. Also, the Pope and Trump and the Pope.
Pump and
tropes.
Who's right?
Who's
wrong?
Who's wrong? It may not exactly be who you think. Also, a BuzzFeed article on how to spot a conservative woman. They think that's a bad thing. We'll talk that more on with the show.
Everyone's so kind and friendly. Everyone's so organized.
Everybody's having a great Pride Month.
It's like a space where no one judges anyone. Homophobic, transphobic, racist, violent.
We won't screw your life if you're gay and black. But if you make a plea, we will fight you. You must support our sick behavior and not to Mother Nature. LGBT wants to ruin the world.
If you're a drag queen and you know it, shout.
Fuck you. Fuck Palestine. So sick of hearing about it. Fuck Israel and Palestine. We have nothing to do with those cunts.
Takes you for a ride. They help me take your basic freedoms for my pleasure. Your tolerance must last forever. LGBT wants to rule the world. For your real world issues, just endless trends while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, we would all just blame you. Free speech completely ended, straight to jail if you won't date it. LGBT wants to rule the world. Genitals like a circumcision went too far with the incision. LGBT wants to rule the world. It was just a cover at the very beginning. Look around, see how the light is spinning. LGBT wants to rule the world. Show freedom by any measure. The tolerance can't last forever. LGBT wants to
Fuck the world.
Click Rumble Premium and join now for $99 annually or $99 a month to get the entirely ad-free experience and an ever-expanding roster of content, creators, and free speech.
You're a stranger. You're a stranger.
get right to it.
We'll just get right to it. I know it's
11 a.m.
It's 11 a.m. on a weekday, which means we're here with you. That's the sound that you hear. I've unfortunately confined myself. I've tethered myself with a slurp for the rest of all time. But we have a heavy lift today. We're going to get into the Bolshevik Revolution as well as this sort of, should we say schism between the MAGA movement and the Vatican, the Catholic Church? Can't we just all get along? The answer is no. Captain Morgan, CEO, how are you?
Fantastic. It's going to be a fun show. We're going to piss everybody off, I think.
It's a lot to get to.
Truth.
Go ahead. You good? You get it on your system?
I don't know, maybe
Friday, Saturday, April 24th, 25th at Comedy Avenue in Lawton, Oklahoma. Josh Firestein. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. Oh, yeah.
Just ready for a
really fun show. Guys, you were all a little flat, we were all a little tired, and nothing that you both just said inspired confidence or the way you said it.
I was waiting for you to take your so I could interrupt you like Jared.
That would have aggravated me, and that brings the energy up. Yeah. It doesn't really aggravate me when you do it, though. It aggravates me when Gerald. Why? Just did it now. Discipline your tongue. All right. Bring me my just Jewish shirt. Yeah, oh, well, you know what?
You'll be buried
in that shirt.
Maybe.
We'll hang it
from your mausoleum.
Let's see if we got a raid, everybody.
Laundry day? What's going on? There's so many
Gerald seems like the
Gerald seems like the kind of guy who already has his mausoleum built.
Well, I do, so I don't want to judge. I told you this story. People are like, how do you, what do you want to have done? Which people ask me more frequently than they should to someone in their 30s. I don't care. I said, leave me out for the trash on Tuesday. Come on, that's disrespectful to people. I said, okay, I really don't care. Whatever. You have to be your mausoleum. It's okay, fine. Mausoleum, biggest one we can find, and I'm going to turn it into a haunted house. Yes. So you guys made me do this. How do you want to be buried? That's the question. You want a mausoleum, or do you want to have your ashes scattered at sea like a bitch?
You should use it like a regular house in a neighborhood.
Yes.
The rest of the neighbors have to just know that there's an empty house with a dead body in it.
Yeah, I'll just grease some palms at the HOA.
There you go. You don't have to tell them. They're not going to come by. They're going to knock on the door. Who's going to answer? Not you.
That's exactly right. It won't be what could be me. It's probably Gerald haunted caretaker. No idea. Hey, speaking of haunting, the spirit of Kat Abugazuga, remember her? Kat Shabugamu, who was running for office in Illinois. Well, she's no longer on the front lines there. The front lines against ICE. In Chicago. These are, by the way, these are very difficult front lines, and I will say I respect anyone who's willing to go out there and risk life and limb to protest ICE, as they do in Chicago now, using dildos.
It's a four-legged race.
Everything from the left just has to be degeneracy.
Just money on a trophy.
Double-sided dildo.
I get it. It's a pinata climax.
Idiots.
Oh. I don't know how they managed to take giant rubber pink purple dildos and make it not funny. They made it somehow unfunny.
I didn't see any of them going.
No, it's just everything is like, hey guys, isn't this clever? No, it's not. Also, I don't really remember when people talk about ISIS or the Gestapo. I don't remember Jews having fun protesting the SS, ribbing them.
They weren't playing cornhole.
Does this remind you of anything? No, stop. Or you need goggles to come peg you. These are the rumor.
Just takes the bait every time.
The Jew.
Weren't they doing trans experimental surgeries on people too?
All kinds of weird stuff. Yeah. By the way, this was all leading up to, I should tell you, the championship event at the anti-ICE protest. The Pin the Dick and the Tranny. Which I will say, I'm on board with that one.
Oh, yeah. That looks like it is too.
Surgery.
We should play that here.
Just like, you know what? Here's the thing. Just whenever you see the next ICE lady get shot because she's trying to run a police officer over with her car or someone assaulting her. Just remember how when you watch this, and you know that deep down, of course, I mean, figuratively, can't someone just hit them with an SUV? Here they are using the dildos later on. Yes, a bunch of white privileged socialists throwing rubber penises at black police officers.
That'll show them.
Or black ICE agents.
Black Nazis.
This was funnier when you throw them at the WNBA games.
All these people obsessed with sex, and nobody wants to have it with them.
What to get AIDS? By the way, just for reference, those are the Bolsheviks. Just to keep in mind, we're going to get to. There are still Bolsheviks around. Do you guys know them? They're still around. Wherever the left exists, you get modern Bolsheviks. Yeah. Anything else you want to spill those? Of course they would have been executed. By the Bolsheviks once the revolution took place.
I gotta wait for this ad. So you don't go run around and all this shit. That's crazy. I don't have a dog. I haven't had dogs for, well, my dog died a while ago, so I'm good with animals. I don't want to have any because most of them will not outlast you, no matter what. It's fucked up, but it is what it is. So, and having cats, my cats used to run outside, do stuff, come back in, do whatever. Somebody killed my animals. Killed both my cats at my house in Sandpoint, Idaho. Then I went and I threatened the fucking kid's family of the kid that was doing it, killing all the animals in the neighborhood. And, yeah, I confronted the fucking mom and dad of this kid, and I was like, where is he? He's 18, isn't he? I was like, so I can beat the shit out of him. They're like, no. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna happen. I was, I'm gonna fuck your son up, and the thing is, if you guys are still here, well, my mom lives right there. I was like, I'll be here in 7 days. If you guys are still here, I'm coming for your son. I was like, I don't care who's gonna stop me or who's gonna fucking whatever. It's not gonna, no one's gonna stop me. What the fuck is this? This stupid shit. Look at this. Look how fucking gay this is. This isn't even the game. Fucking quest bound. So, yeah, dog surgeries are extremely expensive. That's all I'm gonna tell you. It sucks when dogs get sick and whatnot. I'm sorry about your pup, dude. When animals get sick or get hurt or whatever, it's like a family member, because you love them like a family member because they're there, and it's actually a replacement for a loved one. That's what dogs are for. And dogs usually won't go against their owner, but the thing is, there's a lot of dogs that don't protect anything. They're just a fucking vanity fucking thing, and people feed the animals the wrong shit all the time. That's actually why dogs have bad medical problems, because human beings have tried to know everything about their animal, which literally all it does is fuck up everything, because the animal's gonna start eating human food, and human food is not for dogs. It's not for any animals. If you see some of the shit that they feed animals, and you see the dog food is not even being eaten anymore, like by real animals out in the middle of the fucking woods. And so, literally, if you go take McDonald's and go put it, or any restaurant food, go stick it out in the middle of the woods, if it's made with garbage, it's not going to be touched. And they won't touch anything. It's fucking nuts, but these animals know more about food by the smell of it and what's in it, to where they're not going to, Just take this scar off me. I'm sorry about your pup, man. My parents used to raise Basset Hounds and Dobermans, so literally, like, it's hard when a dog gets sick. I'll just say that. That's good. How was the storms last night? Did nothing crazy happen or what? You know what's crazy? When they say dog years are like, oh, 1 year for us is 7 years to a dog or some shit like that. Why? Why? Is it because our food speeds up the fucking the process of aging or what? Because literally it's what it is. So another fucking messed up. I don't want to do that. Oh shit balls! I need to eat my food here. No, we're gonna put this back on.
Be useful idiot for the beginning.
For the beginning.
Just like intelligence. And dildos through cold. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they had dildos back then. Probably just some kind of wood, a cucumber. I don't know. I don't pirates had legs. Yeah, well, the Egyptians did have that. The
Egyptians did.
Really?
What? They created those apparatuses and actually would put these long apparatus.
Yeah,
that would be somewhat in them, but they would comment them and it would vibration.
That's right.
They live in Omaha.
This is true.
Yes, and they also
I've seen a lot of shit.
Egyptians battery destroyed.
It's
It's called
something battery.
Yeah, they.
Well, I need quite a bit more to go on.
They made batteries and light bulbs, so they can make it light up.
We had momentum for a minute. It's gone.
No, we still have momentum. This is totally a real thing.
I know some people talk about how the pyramids might have been used to generate
Yeah, it's a power
Yeah,
plant.
it's a power plant.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a giant
Yeah,
power
it's a
plant.
giant power plant.
Yeah.
To help map the world clear.
True.
Now it explains why
Now
The Baghdad battery.
The Baghdad battery. Thank you.
Baghdad
The
battery.
Baghdad
What?
battery.
Yeah, it's a real
Yeah,
thing.
it's a
They
real
were able to
thing.
make
They were
batteries
able to
and
make
store
batteries and
energy.
store energy.
Okay.
Yeah, they found it.
Yeah,
in
they found it
a dig.
in a dig.
I don't believe it. All right.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah, see, that's what powered ancient vibrators. Before the D cell.
Before the D cell.
Before the D cell.
And Cleopatra, she would have a gourd and fit bees in it. She would use that. Really? That was the old. Let's just be honest. When people try and point to history for a strong woman, they pick an opium.
Yeah, my dad
basically created
my dad owned the nightclub called the Omaha Mining Company. It's actually what it's called right now. It was actually called the Run before. Where's my keys? Alright, my house keys, right? The Run, 1715 Leavenworth. This is a gay nightclub. I have a ton of these. Like, we owned a nightclub. When I was when I was born, we lived in Marvin Gardens. Which is, if you look up Marvin Gardens in Omaha, Nebraska in the 70s, you'll just go, what the fuck? No way. So you'll see my parents you'll see my dad, you'll see him in fucking all the shit. Yeah. So, my, your ex goes there to the Omaha Mining Company. Well, tell her you know the owner, because I'm pretty sure the deed goes back to me when the head of the guy that did the deal is now dead. So I need to go and call them and talk to them and go, hey, so what's going on? What's going on with my grandpa's fucking business? Because my grandpa owns all the land, because across the street's the jail, and my grandpa owns the jail land. So the government pays taxes on the land to my grandpa, because my grandpa is a land deed owner. So I'm 44, I'll be 45 this year. But the thing is, like, my grandpa's dead and gone, right? My grandpa would be like 145 right now. So, or no, 130 something. So and my dad would be like I'm 40 something. My dad would be like 76 this year. So, but I am the only other person on the title of the fucking business. So the thing is, I gotta go and find out if I need to go to Omaha and run the fucking nightclub. So, which is one thing I don't want to fucking do. Just because it's one of those things. It's just the gay part of town, and I'm wondering if we can change Omaha to go just... Everything is going to be multicultural regardless, so it doesn't need to be just strictly a gay nightclub anymore. It'd probably piss off a lot of fucking people, but I would change a lot of shit if I went back there. And not that, oh, ban gays from the fucking nightclub or anything. No, not doing that at all. Just because fucking some people like to fuck whatever, and it's just that alcohol is a killer, and I really don't feel like I want to. Like, if I took it over, I'd probably shut it down and make it something else, because it's obviously not a good moneymaker in the first place. Well, it was in the 70s and the fucking 80s and shit, and the beginning of the 90s, but now, no. Bars and nightclubs struggle to survive because of the fucking crunch of all the bullshit going on. Alright, so let's go up here. Let's touch on here.
You know, the old school Hitachi one, where she puts bees into a gourd and
That's kind of awesome.
That's kind of awesome.
Although she did run
one
of the greatest empires in history to the ground.
Well, yes. She didn't really run it. It was like her
Cleopatra didn't do shit.
That she was married to.
She was married to. So,
I guess keep going.
No.
How to spot a conservative
woman.
According to BuzzFeed. So I saw this article. Okay, who's writing this? And I realized it's a black guy.
It's a black guy.
And then I realized all the things that they write are meant to be negative.
So that bar.
So actually, which we're saying the same shit.
Now that I think about it.
So, like, I wouldn't even need to live anywhere. My uncle lived there. My uncle ran for governor.
She doesn't have a board for a beat.
There you go.
Well, or she doesn't
David Nabby.
A bunch of dildos.
And she still likes
men.
Yeah, she's doing things that mean something.
You got that?
Sting me!
All right, I'll set this up. Okay, guys.
Like, my cousins still are there. My cousin Justin is a physician.
How to spot a conservative woman was an article written on BuzzFeed. Hey, who's writing? Turns out it was a black guy.
He used to be a preacher.
We're saying the same thing.
In Costa Rica. So, I have tons of cousins that live in Omaha. We just left because we were into the fucking
every day.
All the weird shit.
They want you to identify secret signs that a woman may be. Keep in mind this is written by seemingly a black guy. I don't know fully black. It's just the name. Minority guy. It's a he, him. And they want you to view this negative.
But Nebraska is getting really
synonyms and antonyms. So I want you to read this and put yourself in the headspace of those who are agreeing with this. How to spot a conservative woman, which is a bad thing, and these are some secret signs. So some tips in there from a, if you want to take relationship advice, a 40-year-old non-binary person from Texas wrote, women who are conservative tend to be cagey around answering how they voted, or say they are, quote, not very political, and fame being modern. Honestly, all conservative folks have a tendency to do this if they think their honest answer won't be well received. Yeah, that's very interesting that you said that. I've said this for a long time. Someone in Hollywood says, I don't want to discuss politics. It means they most likely lean right because it's only a net benefit in the monolith that is Hollywood to speak out as a leftist. This also tells you they may not be well received. It's true. Conservatives will keep themselves if they believe that they are in the presence of someone who may answer or react violently.
Yeah, they want to keep their skin, keep their jobs,
They want their skin on them not to become your suit.
Right.
might be poorly received. Women try to be more.
Like, I've got tons of friends there. Like, I used to go to Martin Luther King Jr. Science Magnet.
29-year-old woman.
I was in Salt Lake University when I was really.
If a woman doesn't like the Barbie movie or Taylor Swift, ask why.
Like, I went to college when I was 7 to 11 years old for 5 years.
Because I don't. Because I'm like a huge portion of
I don't know if I was being studied.
Usually that will give you
I was studying.
It's okay to have different tastes. Mighty gracious of you. But if the reason you don't like them is specifically that they are overt,
they had me studying that shit.
Women and girls.
Then we have a problem. So this must be a lesbian, right? From Salt Lake City.
So this is a problem. It's a problem. If you're a conservative woman, then it's not like how to spot one. It's how to spot the problem.
Yeah.
And what are they going to do next?
Not liking feminism is great.
Well, again, but not from BuzzFeed. From their perspective, these are cardinal sins. Someone who was anonymous wrote, if she gives girls smaller servings of food than she gives to the boys. First off, I don't know if that happens. Second, if it does, she could just be keeping it for herself. Let's be honest. That's one of
thank you,
yeah, they're not giving her enough, huh?
Where does this happen? Are the girls smaller? Are the girls younger? Do they eat less?
Oh yeah, in Council Bluffs, my
son eats more.
My Uncle Jeff used to be the captain of the Iowa State Police.
Like, give them what I know, they will finish.
Kind of nuts.
She gets a slightly smaller portion. She almost never finishes it anyway.
My Uncle Jeff used to own biology. He had a bike shop. He had a bike shop.
Let's just call innate human characteristics. Let's just call it a warning sign.
I don't know if we still got that.
Here's another
hot take.
My Aunt Diane died, so I'm not sure.
A 63-year-old man from Oregon is giving a tip on BuzzFeed on how to spot.
I gotta talk to my cousin and find out how her
Think about this for a second.
Hey, what's up with Uncle Jeff?
Yeah, my mom is 60.
He was an okay guy. He gave me a bike when I was younger.
It's just everything about that phrase
is just a good.
wrong. If this is where you're going for
He was a cop. My dad fucking was a
flag is when you get in their car with them, and when they turn it on, there's an AM
like 70s
or Sean Hannity on the radio. That's not a red flag.
But my dad was running coke through his nightclub.
It's not secret. It just
he
means
really didn't like hanging around, dude, because of the police element, but my dad knew him as a cop, so, and cops knew him by first name, and he never would have had anything to do with cocaine coming back.
He said my ex would usually turn it off and say something like, I listened to NPR too, but the reality is, I never heard NPR on her radio.
My dad was always on the radio.
Go along with this.
This logic.
Deals, name it,
92% of employees at NPR donated directly and exclusively to the Democratic.
That's literally why we're talking
federally, NPR when I was incredibly well. Would they have a problem if someone exclusively listened to NPR? And do you think that NPR is somehow left biased on the left than AM radio is on the right for most people? Do you think that MS Now or CNN is less biased toward the left than Fox News is toward the right? You think Blue Sky is less biased on the left than X would be on the right? And by bias, I mean just everyone is free to post. This is what they use as their logic. If the problem was, I hope that a houseman is politically educated, so I hope they're actually absorbing information from all sides. Like we do. The references we provide tend to be left-leaning because we don't want you to be an echo chamber. That's not what the left wants. The left, if you look at this advice, the phrase they want to be ill-received. They want to silence and suppress anyone who doesn't share their point of view. They shoot, they kill, they maim, they run over with cars.
If I went back down, if I was going to live in Iowa, I'd live on my
It's not about information from as many regions as possible to make the best information.
My uncle has owns so many acres. He's got 50,000 acres of his own.
Sometimes sign is if she says
she
loves, quote, masculine men.
Well, I guess I
police clears. He owns a dual set all the way to down.
BuzzFeed just said, hold on a second.
They lease
This
the
may
land.
not be good. We may not want to tar and feather all women who like men who are masculine. I don't know if you guys know this.
I know this might be
surprising you. All women since the beginning of time have tended to prefer men being masculine. But that's the
people that are.
It's intentional.
You know,
it's intentional.
Yeah.
This is not it's not what it seems. This is a guide. This is a hey ladies, just so you know, if you listen to AM radio, we will judge you. We will not be.
I haven't seen like team takeovers.
If you like masculine men,
we haven't had them here yet.
So masculine men.
Yeah, it's good to go.
Would just be
Once upon a time.
Matt.
But let's go the answer. Okay, so then if they're saying masculine men, this is a red flag. This is a warning sign. If a woman likes masculine men, according to BuzzFeed, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag. All right.
So that's bad.
So
then the
positive,
right, an antonym to masculine men would be feminine men.
Feminine men.
And that's the point. There is no LGBTQAAIP without feminism. It's all part of this unholy mutation, doing away with the idea of men and women. Why? Because they're Marxists, and they hate the nuclear family, and they hate strong communities, because stronger communities are more difficult to control.
They have cameras on everything, so they should be able to find cars, name it, everything.
That's someone who
pretty sure they got
relationships to be reproductive in nature.
What do you want? You want to come out of there and play today?
It's simple.
It's evil.
It's evil.
It truly is evil. It is a perversion of the natural.
My turtle.
In all facets.
My turtle is literally sitting at me right here, staring me down.
And trying to reward a friend. To be clear, masculinity is always. It's not always an endeavor that's thanked.
She only does that once in a while when she's like really hungry.
Only to be shut down.
But.
Hey, Nick.
I
Sorry.
probably put a worm in there for her. She already has worms in there, I think.
I want to show my appreciation.
What's up?
With a little tip.
What is it, a check? Western Union? I don't even think my bank checks anymore.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go to Walmart, Money Center. I'll get hit with more fees than actual money that I'll receive. $3. $3 so this can buy $2. Am I supposed to get like a Big Mac with this? I guess if they A6 the middle bun. Good hands.
Told you. Should use Rumble Wallet to tip him.
I know. It's a non-custodial law with end-to-end encryption and allows me to tip my favorite content creators quickly and securely. I don't know. I just thought like a check was more personal. You know? Look, it's got my address on it. You're a moron.
Seriously, download the Rumble Wallet and step away from big banks for good. No fees, no middlemen, none of the crap you have to deal with when you go in and they say you have some concierge account, but some guy who wants to tell you about Bitcoin and he's doing mining. Lyle, go to wallet.rumble.com today. You can also support your favorite creators. Step away from big banks. Rumble Wallet.
Wait. That's my address. That's my check. Josh, how'd you get my checkbook? Josh.
All right, now we're going to wade right into it. Let's do it. Thank you for the raid, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're glad to have you. Very much appreciated.
Probably because I'm running Rumble on here.
It's been a great thing to send people on.
It's probably like YouTube's probably shitting bricks, and so is fucking
President Trump in the Pope.
Twitch.
And I will.
They don't like
this
Steve's
discussion include those high up in the Vatican and position of authority as well. Let me ask you, who do you agree with? Not do you like the personal commentary? Do you think that it was appropriate for Donald Trump to post what he posted on Truth or using that venue? But I think we are at the point now where we can very clearly see a contrast. I want you to take
they don't like Steven Crowder, so
I want you to take your personal religious
lens.
They'll say
faggot and all other shit.
And I just want you to look at this through a political one.
So I watch Steven Crowder every morning, Monday through Friday.
As a MAGA person, America First, nationalist, whatever you want to call it.
I don't have to watch all the clips and shit that they fucking put out.
Do you
I just
support
watch the show on Rumble.
deportations of illegal aliens? Or do you think that's cool?
Or do you think that's cool?
Do you support a bigger welfare state? Or do you think we need to be fiscally responsible? Where do you line up on these fundamental issues?
He's right wing, they hate him.
We should be tolerant of Islam and welcoming, or do you think that maybe it's run its course?
They don't like the truth about anything.
Western tolerance being used against us.
Do you think it's a good thing that President Trump spoke out against genocide in certain African nations? Or do you think that it's just kind of the equivalent there, whether they're Muslim, whether they're Christian? It's all the same, and we should help all people. I think now you do have to decide where you line up on this argument, and then hopefully it can be a fruitful and productive argument. So let me start this off. Right now, what is going on between the Pope and President Trump? And then I want to go back a little bit, because this is a long time coming, the history and the disagreements there. So
the Pope's a gay man from fucking Chicago.
We can prime that on foreign policy. Here we go.
We don't like a Pope that's going to say that it's okay to have nuclear weapons. We don't want a Pope that says crime is okay in our city. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of him. He's a very liberal person.
Dogs get really either defensive or they just let, because they know humans are going to help them. We domesticated wolves and genetically modified them.
Obviously,
and this is why we have so many issues.
On his way to Algeria.
Because we domestically fuck me, right?
Politician. I don't want to get into a debate with him, and I will continue to speak out loud against war, for peace. I have no fear.
Fuck.
Neither the Trump administration nor speaking out loudly about the message of the gospel.
Okay, so we got to go back down and do the other one. We can't get this one.
We're not politicians. We're not looking to make foreign policy.
You are a gay man.
He did reach out.
You need to not be.
And not only that, he also has spoken on
no gay men are allowed to be
if he
priests
believes what he says there, then there's no
are
which is appropriate for him to condemn our deportation policy.
And they don't strike women down for being.
And my issue here is, of course, not at all.
For being blasphemous in church.
Because you don't want to speak poorly. He may be, by the way, and very likely he's a decent man.
He's not a decent man.
AOC on immigration.
Fuck him.
Well, let's go more modern. Just as wrong as George W. Bush. Paul Ryan. On immigration policy. That's okay. And it's not crafting to say that. And I had quite a bit prepared for this, but I figured that the most effective way to highlight this, because I know sometimes people shut off their thing. It's just to give you a sense. This is a long time coming. This president, the one who many of you elected, and the MAGA, the America First, the right-wing, the conservative movement has been in diametric opposition, policy-wise, to the Pope, the current Pope, and the current Vatican on nearly all fundamental issues.
I'm not gonna.
Abominable regime.
Oh my God! I don't have a fucking crowbar.
But this is a world choice.
Whatever.
Some work to do with Iran. They can't have a nuclear weapons. They can't have.
I don't even care. We're just gonna grab that box.
If people are in the United States illegally, there are ways to treat them. There are courts. There's a system of justice. But when people are living good lives, and many of them for 10, 15, 20 years, to treat them in a way that is extremely disrespectful, to say the least, and there's been some violence, unfortunately. I think
Illegals need to get the fuck out of here. I'm sick and tired of paying for fucking people.
Everyone's here illegally over the next 4 years.
Well, I think you have to do it, and it's a very tough thing to do. We have regulations once they came in illegal.
For security zones separating us from our neighbors, for the exclusionary mindset. Tragically, we now see emerging also in political nationalism.
They're coming in illegally. Drugs are pouring in through the border. We have no country if we have no border.
Christians and Muslims take shape under the mantle.
Yeah, we got no country
Here in Algeria, the maternal love of Lala Marianne gathers everyone as children within a rich diversity, in our shared aspiration.
What the fuck just happened?
Justice, peace. In a world where division and wars sow pain and death, living in unity and peace is a compelling sign. Hashtag apostolic journey.
The first time in its history, the Vatican has set aside the prayer room inside the Apostolic Library.
All nations will stand together against the evil forces.
Yeah, I can't get it because I didn't have a fucking
terrorism.
Creation is crying out in love, storms and heat. 1 in 3 people live in great vulnerability because of these climate changes.
Climate change. Is it goes higher or lower? Whatever the hell happens, climate change. It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world.
Yep. Climate change is a fucking
retarded thing. LDOE dove right into poverty, saying God has a special place in his heart for those who are poor, oppressed, and discriminated against. In a continuation of the teaching of Pope Francis, Chicago native denounced an economy that kills and dramatic imbalances of wealth.
The USA is the economic engine on the planet, and when America booms, the entire world booms.
And you can check out all the references we provide every show, 11 a.m. Eastern weekdays. Let me just ask you this. Were you happy to hear that Donald Trump withdrew when it happened? Is it what you voted for? He said, no, we're not going to do the Paris Climate. We're not going to do that. We're not going to reduce our own energy.
I could have bought one for gold.
Skyrocket the cost so that China can screw this all up and not actually take part anyway. Were you happy?
I got to meet one for free, so.
And I know that deportations or apprehensions have gone down.
I can't believe I forgot that.
But when I saw deportations increase, and I saw border crossings go down 96 to 99%.
But at that gas station, you have to kill everything. So you go through like 2 guns, 2 or 3 guns.
When you're talking about any of the issues as it relates to, for example, let's talk about foreign policy. Let's talk about foreign policy as it relates to politics. That's important. He says God has a special place in his heart for the oppressed, discriminated against. Well, certainly the oppressed and discriminated against, and if that's the reason that they are poor. God, if we all serve the God of the Bible.
God doesn't care about oppressed people.
God also has a very special
or people would fucking listen to God and tell them, hey, live where the food is.
Not all of them.
Like, fuck.
What is it?
That's why I can't stand
praise?
Shit
or is it condemnation? Is it called out specifically? And if he wants to discuss politics, why does he consistently go after meaning the Pope? The country that has brought more people out of poverty than any throughout all of human history and has more class mobility than any country on earth right now. Yes, that includes even those European nations that you love to point to on a regular basis that have a population of Rhode Island entirely homogenous. Yes, more class mobility here. What has thrust more people into poverty than communism, than Marxism? How much of a discussion is there centering around that? Matter of fact, I don't know that there's anything this Pope seems to enjoy discussing more, or has more of a proclivity to address than American policy specifically. Is that what you voted for? Because this is what I voted for. I didn't vote for this Pope.
It almost seems like the Cardinals who did vote for him voted for an American so that they could have an American, talking head. Saying the things that they wanted to say from the Vatican.
We shouldn't, there's a system. He says it's also just uninformed, by the way. The Pope, I'm just going to say that politically, I'm not talking about theologically, furnishes the gospel. Politically, is about as dumb as a writer from BuzzFeed. I mean that, well, the thing is with immigration, there's a system, and there's a justice system. Yeah, it didn't work. People skipped out and didn't show up, and they were given carte blanche. And one party in this country wanted to create an entire new class of voters, purchasing them on your dime, the American worker. Well, there's a system. Great, there is right now. $2,600. All expenses paid. Come back the right way. Right now, CBP won it. The other thing that I noticed is they say, well, of course something should be done. So, of course, this regime is terrible and they should be removed. But no war is ever right. Yeah, but how do you remove? Whether you agree, and that's one where maybe you agree with this Pope. Maybe you agree with this Pope over Donald Trump. I know that there are people on both sides that I think reasonable arguments to be made on both sides of that issue. Not if you claim to be conservative or America first on immigration, on taxes,
on
the border, I also haven't seen him. Speak out particularly against the evils of feminism and LGBTQ and the destruction of the nuclear family in the same way, not with the same zeal. Islam.
Yeah.
Phone's too hot. My fucking ass. Dude, my phone's not hot. My phone's not fucking hot. So fucking dumb. Nice. Mine's the 11th. Mine's September 11th.
Designated prayer room for visitors? Can Christians, can someone fact check me? Are they allowed to go to Mecca now?
I think you're allowed to kiss the black square.
I don't think so. I don't think my own is
designated prayer room there. So just in the Vatican, they have a designated prayer room for Muslims. That are visiting scholars. There's this weird alliance, and I just seem to remember something about truth dividing. I didn't come to bring peace but a sword. The truth is going to divide us, and you're going to tell me that Vatican II is what really ushered this in.
Couldn't get over that.
The God of Islam.
The God of Islam
couldn't get over that.
Are the same God?
They're not.
They're not.
The attributes are completely different.
Doesn't make any sense. Why this alliance? Especially making these comments in Algeria. Why? For people who are complaining about the fall, for example, Viktor Orban, to the right of him on immigration and on some social issues, and more moderate on some other issues.
How do you fucking use 5?
Where's the outrage here about someone pumping the message of globalism ad nauseum? That's what this Pope does. When he talks about climate change, he's talking about international treaties with godless heathen nations. Secular humanists who think that they can fix the world by getting rid of people. You know the reason that we have a birth rate problem. The primary reason. There are other contributing factors. The left will tell you. Well, how could you bring a child into this world when overpopulation is a problem? We grew up with that. Non-stop. Climate change. We have to curb the population. Remember Bill Burr even had a bit about that, right? Just using sort of uneducated rube on these issues. Is a good sort of bellwether. No one wants to address this issue, right? Because no one wants to admit that like half of us just have to walk off into the ocean. People believe that for a long time, and now we're facing the crisis of not actually replacing our population. So for someone like that, who comes from a worldview of be fruitful and multiply, to the point that they are, quite adamantly against contraception in comparison to other denominations. How do you buy into the internationalist agenda of climate change, which was predicated on the idea that there are too many human beings on this planet? I gotta tell you, I'm not seeing the fruits of the spirit there. Or it could just be a lack of education. But that's my report, Captain. Anyone else want to take a crack at it? Because I know. This is not anti-Catholic. It's political positions of this.
Jared was saying, I don't know why he would say that in Algeria. It's illegal to. I can't proselytize. Yeah. I was going to say proselytize. That's probably illegal too. It's probably illegal too. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that in Algeria. It's a crime. So you go there for whatever reason. Be respectful, and you can't say Islam sucks. You guys are terrifying.
Well, the issue too with the Pope. I was
going to say, how does Islam treat Jesus? Pull the Tucker Carlson real quick. I guess this just came out from Tucker. Just the top part. The people in charge don't want you to know this, but Muslims love Jesus.
Before we get to anything else, do they believe Jesus was divine? He died on the cross and rose from the dead. They said that never happened. Okay, you're a Christian.
Was Jesus the Son of God? In Islam?
But it's as simple as this. They love Jesus. Someone says, I love Jesus. But he wasn't crucified. He didn't rise from the dead. How would you refer to them? A Christian? A Christian? Somebody who loves Jesus? Okay, just apply the same standard to Islam. But nothing else needs to be addressed. Let's continue.
No, that's exactly the point.
question in Did He Ride? Was he divine?
Was he divine?
He claimed it.
He claimed it.
You can't have him be a
You
prophet.
can't have him be a prophet.
Before. I don't want to go down this road.
I don't want to go down this road. But like
this weird alliance with the Catholic Church is trying to do this. Well, they don't want to say the Muslims love Jesus. Yeah, they completely deny his divinity, which is completely antithetical to Christianity. So I don't care what they think about him outside of that. Fine. They think he's a prophet that's subservient in their religion. Okay. Fantastic. What does that mean to us as Christians? I'm not going to go fight on necessarily for that. But we are not the same. Stop it. Stop it. We are not the same.
You could easily prove this. You could easily prove it.
You could easily prove it.
They love Jesus. They love Jesus. Go to an Islamic country.
Go to an Islamic
country under Islamic rule. And very publicly. In the town square. Respectfully. You have a megaphone or not, your choice. Respectfully say, Muhammad was wrong. Jesus is divine. He did rise from the dead 3 days later. And he is the only way, the truth, and the light. No one gets to the Father except through him. And to deny the divinity of Christ is to accept the hellfires that are inevitable. Just go and say that. Muhammad was wrong. Jesus was divine, was crucified, and he rose 3 days later. Muhammad is wrong about this, and you need to follow the divine. And Muhammad is
before we get off.
If you think he had some good teachings, but the divine is Jesus Christ. Right? Jesus lovers, you say as they behead you.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail and out here. Yeah.
Test it. Do you think the people saying this don't know that? I can tell. This is exactly the kind of propaganda I was getting at the Muslim club, at college. I think it was Islamic College Association, where they were handing out Quran.
What the fuck?
They said was, just so you know, we believe in Jesus. I said, oh really? Well, what do you believe about Jesus?
What?
I said that he was a great prophet. I said,
I got raided. Now I can't go do the raid.
Because there are a lot of prophets.
What kind of bug shit is that?
As Christians, we also believe there are prophets before Jesus. But we don't follow them as our savior. That's why it's called Christianity.
Where's my revenge raid?
Was he divine? Well, no. We don't believe it was a prophet. We believe that he was
what? Oh my
Son of God.
God in the flesh. God in the flesh. Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Do you guys line up on the Holy Trinity? I remember this. And it tripped them up. Well, okay. I guess we disagree. So we disagree on the foundation of our faith. And it's even worse than that. Because Islam subverts it and says, by the way, you can't trust any of the texts, the Old Testament or New Testament, because people of the book lied about it. But I'm here to correct it.
By the way, according to Islam, Jesus should be stoned.
He's a prophet, right?
He's a prophet, right?
What was the penalty for a prophet prophesying something that didn't happen in the Old Testament?
They were stoned.
Don't worry about the divinity argument for a second, just in case you want to sidestep that and say Jesus never claimed that. Did he say he was going to be killed and rise again 3 days later? If he swooned on the cross and faked it, or didn't rise again 3 days later for any reason, he lied. He
should be stoned.
Well, they just say that's the word.
Doesn't matter. The Jews, the early Christians, they don't make the claim. They just say he swooned on the cross. He didn't actually die. They don't ever address the claim where Jesus said, "Do that." This generation isn't going to get the sign. You're going to get the sign of Jonah.
Guys, I will tell you this. Beyond the infighting, beyond the horseshoe right, if Christians let Islam in the door and say we're all the same, it's done. You lose your country, the fight is lost. It's that important. Just so you understand.
I gotta find my.
Anyone tells you we're all the same, and actually, did you know? Like some kind of Saturday morning special. Did you know? That Muslims? Yeah, I know everything that Muslims. Not everything, but I know what Muslims. 20 years ago.
20 years ago. Replace the more you know with music, all the prayer. Yeah, but
how fucking annoying is that one?
But you don't have to take my word for it, because I'm not allowed to speak. It's all lost. If you allow Islam to get a foothold here, it is all lost. And I don't mean secular Muslims, moderate Muslims in the United States. I mean if you allow Christianity to be diluted with Islam, as though we are one the same or close enough, you might as well just register as a Democrat for the rest of your life. And you might as well call yourself a Bolshevik. Like many Democrats do in their quiet time. And there's a lack of transparency. I noticed too, same thing with the Pope. He never has to
He never
answer
has
for
to
it.
answer for it.
Yeah, nobody gets to call him out.
The people out there who put these things on social media, we just mentioned Tucker. He doesn't have to answer for it.
He doesn't have to answer for
He's
it.
not going to answer to someone who goes,
He's
well,
not
do
going
they
to answer
deny the
someone who goes, "Well, do
divine?
they deny the divine?"
That's a really simple
That's a
question,
really
right?
simple question, right?
Well,
Well, I do. Well, I do.
The Pope isn't going to answer
The
for
Pope
it.
isn't going to answer for it.
You know, it'd be great if the
You know,
Pope
it'd be great
actually,
if the Pope actually, if he ever just sat down and had a conversation
with someone who doesn't even have to be.
Doesn't even have to be.
It doesn't have to be George
It
Will.
doesn't have to be George Will.
Charles Krauthammer.
Charles
God
Krauthammer.
rest his soul. It could
God
be
rest his
anyone
soul.
who's
It could be anyone who's
moderately educated.
moderately educated on the border.
Yeah, but you understand,
that
it costs the taxpayers
hundreds
of billions
of
you
dollars.
understand that there's a crime issue. And you understand that Americans are struggling. It's actually not our duty to simply let anyone into this country who wants to. He never has to answer for those questions. And say what you want about President Trump. He may answer ineloquently, but he is constantly answering. I certainly would take what are your New York Times fake news over silence. Don't follow someone who doesn't get into the fight. Ever.
Game's fucking severely broken.
That's the trend that I'm seeing. And it is all lost. It is all lost. If we just say accuracy, basically the same thing.
The Poping League on borders is crazy because God has the best border. God has the best border.
Effectively,
yeah. It's either in heaven literally burning for eternity in hell.
There's literally a guest list and gates.
The Catholics believe in a waiting room or whatever.
Right.
Lobby.
Well, I guess we're not going to do no fucking race today.
I don't know if your name's on the list. And I also would say if they don't get into the fight, also transparency. If someone says, they believe they love Jesus. Really, what's your basis for that? If someone doesn't give you an answer, and especially if it's theology, needs to be scriptural. If it's policy, it does need to be factually based, data-based. There's a real lack of transparency, which I thought would go the other way.
You don't need to clip
young me in 2009, starting with Blue Bedsheet on YouTube, or say we can circumvent the gatekeepers. We'll be able to get the information directly to people. But now it's not just a culture of censorship as we used to see legacy media or mainstream media. It's a culture of self-censorship. The FCC used to say you can't say poop. You can't say something scatological. You can say crap. What you can't say is the guy took a crap. But you kind of have these rules in a game of cat and mouse. Now it's a culture of self-censorship. And at one point that was cancel culture. Now that's the algorithm.
The developers watch my stream.
Where you might as well be canceled if you don't just feed us with something regardless of how truthful. As a matter of fact, you're punished for being transparent. Here's what I mean. If you're being transparent, you provide the references, the data, the evidence. It's never going to be as sensational. Sometimes. I don't want to say never. It's rarely ever going to be as sensational as a claim that can be made without substantiation. So it's actually a net negative for people looking to pursue clicks, looking to pursue traffic, to pursue a policy of consistent transparency. Case in point, it's a good time. The only other company that I created, that I run, Foundation. You can go to foundationdaily.com. It's a multivitamin. And I've been taking this stuff for years. And you see all these fitness influencers, right? They go, how did I get ripped? Transparency would be trend below. And instead they go, I drank this tea, or I took this pill. Right? It's actually a net negative to be transparent because people will know that you are full of crap. Perfect diet. You know what? Maybe you don't need it, but if you want to cover your bases, you want a foundation.
I really need a bunch of
clinical doses,
turmeric, garlic for heart health, blood pressure, inflammation. It's all in one pill that you can take. You take several pills, but one bottle every day. Test it. You can actually go and see the results for yourself. Foundationdaily.com. You get 50% off your subscription. Wanted to create a company. Now through Wednesday.
Normally it's 40%.
We wanted to create a company just like this show. There you go. Lab tests available. There you go. Everything on the list. Is exactly what you get. We don't make grandiose claims. We don't make false claims.
We're going to get back on the website.
Look at the clinical results there. Be a lot easier. Right? In other words, I could say, curcumin. Just using this as an example. I know this is a plug. I know this is a plug, but it's a perfect chance to do it. Turmeric curcumin.
It's cold outside.
Very studied substance. Outside of creatine, probably one of the most studied there. The anti-inflammatory effects are about comparable to Advil. If you take it daily. Without some of the negative side effects. In the right amount. Now, I provide that down on the website. I could tell you, as many people who are social influencers, guys, I took this thing and all my pain is gone.
I can't repair my pump.
I wouldn't be incentivized. As a matter of fact, it would be a self-defeating argument to say that and provide you with a reference that said 15 to 24% reduction in inflammation and pain.
I have like projects I'm doing, so literally I'm a month fucking behind on my projects.
So that's what we do. And let's go on to the next one where we've seen some sensational.
So,
the Bolshevik Revolution. Let me ask this. How familiar are you with the Bolsheviks? Revolutionary Russia. Of course, Lenin paved the way for Stalin. I have consistently discussed and maintained that it's very bizarre that this is not discussed at large. That we learn about World War II and Hitler. To be clear, Hitler was bad, but we very rarely learn in school. I never learned in school.
Not exactly. Hitler wasn't bad.
Nothing about Russian involvement.
Yeah, Mao, Stalin, none of it. Why? Well, now some people are asking those same questions, only they're providing you with answers that are verifiably wrong. But for the record, this is something we've discussed here.
Everybody had to join the fucking German army if you wanted to. You didn't, they would put you in.
And of course, that's interesting because Stalin hit a period of time. Stalin certainly,
I know too much about all
but if you spend all this time learning about Adolf Hitler in school, you would think that you would learn just as much about Stalin. We kind of skimmed over Stalin, so they always compare to Hitler. But not only is barely any attention given to these other horrible dictators who, by the way, cost many more lives. We'll get to that. Communism, socialism. They have to be careful. We hear a lot about Adolf Hitler. And we don't hear a lot of other people who I would argue
the Nazis were fighting.
Not only just as bad,
and the communists are all Jewish.
If not more significant. People like Stalin, people like Mao. Pol Pot, I think, is the worst. As a matter of fact, we did a series, the Great Dick Talk.
It is 3 o'clock. We are just on a quickie. Obviously, it's been an hour. You know, then I'll probably go back and I'll go and screen record the shit, and literally raids disappear. But it wasn't like I didn't log the fuck in. Like I log in, I didn't log in for what, 10 hours. It doesn't. As soon as you're aware of what happened in the raid, then, you know, like, it comes up, oh, look, hey, your base comes up, and then there's no base. So, there's a glitch in the fucking system on it. So, anyways, so we'll be back. I'm gonna go get ready. I'm gonna go take a shit and make some food for my daughter. So, get ready for, I don't even know what she wants to do. So, we'll see what happens. So, I already have everything we need. So, it's kind of fun that literally I got everything. I had this guy that was calling me a racist and shit was like, I bet your place smells like feet. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, my place smells like feet. I don't even have fucking dishes in the sink. It smells like a fucking aquarium. A turtle fucking aquarium in here. Clean bathroom. Want to see the shitter? My place doesn't smell like feet. There's my bed. And also, you do not need to make your bed. Just let your sheets air out after you get out of bed. Don't just make your bed right after you get out of it. It's gross. You sweat and you shed while you sleep. Washing your sheets every 3 days or every 2 days if you're a heavy sweater, if you sweat heavy, then then do that. Other than that, yeah, My place don't smell like fucking feet. Here's my bathroom. That's what I use. I use I see the skateboards. Those are to scrape your feet off. My place don't smell like shit. Nothing. It smells like fucking like a $500 bottle of Aramis and Versace and my knockoff Aqua de Jo. So go figure. Yeah. My place smells like feet. No, it smells like cotton candy and everything else. Like, my place smells amazing. I probably gotta change out, like, these. My wax burner. I got the Zen one right here. And yeah, this is a cookie jar from when I was a kid, and I have it now. So my place does not smell like shit except for good stuff. So have a good day. I'll be back in 3 hours at 6:30, and yeah, we'll find out if what they're gonna do about the raid being fucking kicked out. Pull that out of there. And we'll leave that like that. So, yeah. So, we'll see you guys in the next one. And that'll be in 3.5 hours. Or, well, yeah, I guess. Approved? I thought you said your Wi-Fi went out. If your Wi-Fi went out, they should be going and repairing it, like, immediately. So, if you have Comcast or Xfinity, they should be out doing their shit. So, hopefully it doesn't take too long for you to get your internet and all that shit back, so. Alright, I'll see you at 6:30. See you, everybody.